So the kids wanted a tree house, and I thought, well, if I'm building a tree house, I might as well make it so we can all use it. So I'm going to take a 20-foot piece of 2 by 12 by 20, and I'm going to go from this tree all the way to that tree, and then back again. So it's going to be a big triangle, 20 by 20 by 20. It's going to be huge. End of day 1, and I've got 2 pieces of wood put up. It's a learning curve. My ratcheting system worked. Bear in mind, that's 10 feet off the ground probably, and we're dealing with these steep slopes. This gives you a little bit more perspective of how high that one is. I'm going to measure it and see just how high that is. That looks more than 10 feet to me. A little bit over 11. So here we are at the end of day 2. As you can see, there are 2 more pieces of wood. I'm starting to notice a bit of a trend here. If I keep doing 2 pieces of wood a day and do it every day for about a year, I should be finished. But I'm hoping to do more than 2 pieces of wood tomorrow. We did get the braces cut though. They just need installing, so I should be able to get all those on tomorrow. We're going to go to Home Depot tonight because we have to buy 1 more of these 20-foot long pieces. I'm going to put that between this tree and that tree just to brace this whole corner up. These are the braces that we've cut, so they attach to the tree here, come up at a 45 to support the middles here, because that's you know, getting on for a 20-foot span, and you really need support in the middle of that, because we will have quite a bit of weight up there when we're finished. Start of day number 3. We've just carried another 2 by 12 by 20 foot board up here, and they weigh the best part of, what do you think?
Have I got muscles yet?
70 pounds.
Yeah, they're very heavy.
So I just wanted to document my method of getting these massive pieces of wood up. So I screw one of these giant screws or bolts in different sections. That way I'm able to, you know, get it half of the way, and then sit it on the top one there and strap it to the tree, and it doesn't go anywhere. Now I just have to get it in the right place and screw it on the tree.
Good job.
Just takes a little bit of practice.
Oh, I didn't know you're supposed to go in that far.
Yeah, I just set it in just a little bit.
So it looks good.
It's all part of practice.
Good job.
Satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you have to push hard though.
Good job.
Last one.
Good job.
End of day 3, and I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but it is the weekend, so we took it easy. But we got 1 more brace put up and the one at the end, so that's 2 more pieces. Actually, I beat my record. I got 3 done today. I experimented and put one of these braces on. Still not sure if that's going to do much, but theoretically it should. Alright, we're going to go get something to eat, and we'll see you in the morning. Mountain. So here we are at the start of day 4. This is where I wanted to be at the end of day 1, so the project's going a little slower than was originally intended. But today I want to get these joists finished. They need brackets in each corner. They don't make a 45-degree angle bracket, and because I'm basically making a giant triangle, I'm gonna have to modify the brackets a little bit so that they line up with the wood. But this is a Simpson bracket, and it goes underneath the floor joists for added support. And I'll show you now what I've done. I'm not a professional home builder. I'm a professional problem solver. So what you're about to see would probably upset a lot of professionals. But how many triangle houses have you made in your lifetime? So when you buy them from the store, these Simpson brackets are square because you're supposed to attach it like this and then run your joists at a 90-degree angle. But we're building a triangle, so when I try and put it under here, it doesn't fit because it wants to follow this line, and then I want to screw it on this surface. So I put one in the vise, or I put 6 of them in the vise, the ones that I needed, and I bent this side this way, and I bent this side this way. So now when it's on this flat surface, the joist will go in at this angle. So theoretically, and see how it sits in there snug this way, and it sits in there this way. Can't say I've ever seen anybody do that with a house, but this is just a tree house. So I'm going to screw this in and see if it works. So I'm currently standing about where the front deck's going to be, and it is insanely high. It's hard to tell on the camera just how high it is, but let me show you. When I get up there. It needs to go down a bit. Keep going. Hold still. End of day 4, and we've made some big progress today. All of the foundations are finished. So now we're going to go to Home Depot. We're going to buy everything for the floor, because I'm going to build a separate floor on top of the foundations. And we're also going to buy the floor boards, because that will give me something to stand on while I'm building the floor frame. It's, you know, I was trying to figure out how to get the floor up there, because it's all going to be very heavy. You know, if I built the frame down here on the floor and then tried to lift it all up in one piece, I think it'd be too much weight. So I want to try and build it up on the frame there. It also gives me a chance to see what the view's going to look like. I haven't actually stood up there yet. I'm also going to buy the stuff for the walls in case I get too far and need something else to do, which, based on how the project's gone so far, not holding my breath. Day number 5, and we're going to load the gator up with all of the wood that we bought from Home Depot yesterday. This is how we get it to the top of the hill, because the treehouse is all the way up there. And when we first started the project, I thought I was going to have to carry it all up by hand, but we actually made a little trail through the forest back here, up a little valley, and we're able to drive the gator up. It's not the friendliest trail, but it gets you up there.
And the foundations are done.
Foundations are done, and we're going to start building the floor today. Made it to the top. Lucky we have that little trail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now to unload it all and get it down to the treehouse. Not only are we having to climb up and down the hill with all this wood, but we're also 7,400 feet up on a mountain. So oxygen is very limited up here, and you get out of breath very quickly. Load number 2 is the floorboards and the longer pieces that make up the length of the floor and the walls. So now we have created what I like to call shade. So I'm going to set up my floor joists and install the joist holders here in the shade. This is a good example of work smarter, not harder. Now I can easily install these along my floor joist in the shade. Like I said before, I'm not a builder, I'm not a professional at this, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to screw in one side, put your wood in, and then close it up and screw in your other side. As you just saw, I've screwed in both sides using a piece of wood as a template for the middle. But that's because I don't want to be dangling around up there any longer than I have to, so I'm going to put together as much of it down here as I can before I take it up there. Another interesting fact that no one ever told me, but I was measuring 16 on center, that's what they call it. You measure 16 inches apart, that gives you your floor joists. But as I'm doing it, as I was putting the other building together, I realized 16 is in red, and 32 is in red, 48 is in red, 64 is in red, and these numbers are all divisible by 16. So when you're measuring 16 on center, it's a lot easier because you just look for the red numbers and it gives you the 16-inch increments. This square is the base, it's the floor base for the building that will be up here. And now that the square is finished, we'll start to build other smaller squares around it for the decking. But I'm going to build the decking out of green wood so that it lasts longer, because obviously that'll be open to the elements, but this will all be protected underneath the building. As you can see, the main frame is a triangle and we're trying to square it off. The maximum overhang that I can have without support is 2 feet. It's 1/4 of the overall length. The only problem was this frame didn't match up with that frame. So we're going to have to put some cross members in this way for this to sit on. The maximum span you can have without a cross member is 8 feet in the middle, but I think that's too far. I'm going to put some extra bracing in there. We're going to have to build another square over here and then figure out how big the entrance is going to be, because the entrance is going to overhang on the outside of that tree. Quick look from underneath. Hopefully you can tell on the camera what I'm trying to achieve here. Alright, to Home Depot. This is the pressure treated wood, which is better in the weather. It's been treated to withstand getting wet and in the sun. A little more hardy than this yellow wood. I promise it looks precarious, but it's not. It's actually very secure. Since I started making this tree house, this is the 3rd time I've had to strap them down like that, and they don't go anywhere.